Hi, thanks for joining. This is a SAP General Ledger Master Data Test based on SAP S/4HANA. Today's date is December 5th, 2024. Let's get into it. What is the backbone of all financial processes? The General Ledger. What does the General Ledger contain? All financial and controlling postings. What does the General Ledger provide a full picture of? The accounting picture of your organization. What used to be separate components but are now fully integrated in the general ledger in SAP S/4HANA? Controlling and fixed assets. What is the significance of proper configuration of the general ledger? It is very important to configure the GL correctly. What are the subtopics of general ledger accounting? Master data, document splitting, automatic postings and account determination, periodic processing and financial closing, information system. What does the master data of the general ledger accounts consist of? General ledger accounts themselves. What are general ledger accounts used to record? Accounting transactions. What are general ledger accounts organized into? A chart of accounts. What does a chart of accounts do? Structures general ledger accounts into main accounting categories. What are the main accounting categories that general ledger accounts are organized into? Assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, expenses. At what level can you clearly see the main benefit of SAP S/4HANA? The general ledger accounts level. In SAP S/4HANA, how do financial accounting and controlling relate to each other? They are fully integrated. Essentially, what are cost elements? General ledger accounts. What were cost elements previously? Separate master data objects in controlling used to record controlling transactions. What are cost elements in SAP S/4HANA? A type of general ledger account. What is a chart of accounts? A classification structure for general ledger accounts. What are three types of chart of accounts and their descriptions? Operational, the main chart of accounts assigned to the company code used to make postings in financial accounting. Group chart of accounts links one or more operational general ledger account numbers to a group account number used in consolidation. Country chart of accounts can be used on the country level to portray local requirements. Optional: when assigned to a company code, you can assign an alternative account number in the general ledger account master record. How many predefined chart of accounts exist in the SAP system? 7. What are the sample chart of accounts delivered by SAP considered to be? Best practices content for some countries. What is the most commonly used chart of accounts in the USA? YCOA, Standard Chart of Accounts. What is the T code used to access the chart of accounts settings? OB13. Define the following. Description: the description of the chart of accounts which should indicate its use. Maintenance language. The main language that the general ledger accounts within the chart of accounts will be maintained in. General ledger accounts can have descriptions in other languages, but in this field, you will specify the main language used in the country. Length of GL account number. A length of 8 would mean that account numbers would be 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 2, and so on. Commonly used lengths include 6 or 8 digits. Group chart of accounts. In this field, the operational chart of accounts is linked with the group chart of accounts. Then, in each account from the operational chart of accounts, an account from the group chart of accounts will be entered. This is used for group reporting. Blocked. If this checkbox is selected, no accounts can be created for this chart of accounts. What T code is used to assign a chart of accounts to a company code? OB62. What do you see when you go to assign a chart of accounts to a company code? A list of company codes that have been created. Where do you go to assign a country chart of accounts to a company code? OB62. How do account groups classify general ledger accounts? Based on common accounting purposes. How are account groups typically created? Separately. What is the T code used to define an account group? OBD4. How many account groups can be defined for each chart of accounts? What are the multiple? What are the standard groups defined for chart of accounts YCOA? reconciliation account, APAR, fixed asset accounts, income statement accounts, liquid funds accounts, materials management accounts, reconciliation account, ARAP, ready for input, GL accounts general, GL accounts ledger specific OI, secondary costs revenues. When defining account groups, how are they identified? By a 4-character key in the account group column. When defining account groups, what are the from and to account columns used for? Possible numbers / character range of the accounts. When defining account groups, what does an empty value to 999999 mean? Accounts must consist of numbers up to 999999. When defining account groups, what does a precise number / character range look like? One zero 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 to 199999 for one group, 200000 to 299999 for another group, and so on. When defining account groups, what does a number / character range consisting of ZZZZZ indicate? The account the account range is letters. What are general ledger accounts and where are they maintained? Master data, the SAP S/4HANA application menu. What are the options for maintaining general ledger accounts? In each client individually or centrally in a single master data client, then distribute them to all other systems and clients via application link enabling. At what levels can general ledger accounts be maintained? Chart of accounts level and company code level. What do settings made for general ledger accounts at the chart of accounts level apply to? All company codes that use that chart of accounts. What kind of settings are made for general ledger accounts at the chart of accounts level? Long and short descriptions. What kind of settings are made for general ledger accounts at the company code level? Control settings such as currency, open item management, and line item display. What do settings made for general ledger accounts at the company code level apply to? The company code the account is assigned to. What is the T code used to maintain GL accounts centrally? FS00. What does it mean to maintain general ledger accounts centrally? To maintain them at the chart of accounts level and the company code level at the same time. In FS00, what entries are required to proceed? GL account number and company code. The fields available in FS00 are based on what? The account number, which is assigned a field status group. What is FS00 organized into? Tabs. The fields that are optional, required, or hidden is controlled by what? The field status group. Define the following. General ledger account type. Determines the type of account, such as balance sheet account or P&L account. Account group. Groups similar general ledger accounts together. P&L statement account type. This field is relevant for P&L accounts and determines the target retained earnings account that the result of year-end closing will be transferred to, so you can calculate profits or losses. Short text. The short description of the general ledger account. General ledger account long text. The long description of the general ledger account. Trading partner number. Used to determine the intercompany partner related to this account. Group account number. The general ledger account number from the group chart of accounts assigned to the operative chart of accounts. The relationship is 1N, meaning that the same group account number could be assigned to multiple general ledger accounts from the operative chart of accounts, but only one group of account can be assigned to each operative account. Account currency. Currency of the account stored in every posting. Balances in local currency only. If selected, balances will be updated in local currency when posting to this account. Tax category. Determines what type of taxes are allowed to be posted to this account. Posting without tax allowed. If selected, entering a tax code when posting to the account is optional. Reconciliation account for account type. This field is used for general ledger accounts, which are reconciliation accounts for assets, customers, or vendor accounts. Each posting to the relevant asset, customer, or vendor account also updates the reconciliation general ledger account. Alternative account number. The local account number from the country chart of accounts assigned to the operative chart of accounts. Its use is optional in countries where a chart of accounts is needed and is used to depict local accounting rules. Sort key. Defines a rule for the default sorting of line items in the line item reports. Cost element category. Financial accounting and controlling are fully integrated, which means cost elements are general ledger accounts. With this field, you determine their category and use. Previously, this field was available in the cost element master. Record quantity. indicates that the system will also record quantity for postings to this cost element. Internal unit of measure. Default unit of measure used for postings to this cost element. Field status group. Controls which fields are optional, required, and hidden in the general ledger account master. Post automatically only. If selected, manual postings are not allowed. Typically, this option is used for accounts posted by automatic processes from logistics such as sales, revenue, accounts, or material accounts. Supplement automatic postings. Indicates that line items that have been generated automatically can be supplemented manually. This capability is used for general ledger accounts for bank charges. When an incoming payment is posted that contains bank charges, the system automatically will generate a line item for these charges. Then you can supplement this line item with an account assignment such as a cost center. In FS00, what settings are made in the keyword/translation tab? Maintain keywords related to the account in different languages and maintain the account description in multiple languages. In FS00, what settings are made in the information C/A tab? Administrative information about who created the account on the chart of accounts level, and when relevant, change documents are also here. In FS00, what settings are made in the Information Company Code tab? Administrative information about who created the account on the company code level. Relevant change documents are here also. That concludes the test. Thank you all for your time.